Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to the videos. The paid request this time from Walker. One of two requests from Walker. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, re-reviews, what have you, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, this is a reaction to a Cody Leach video saying the video is called Top 10 Movies That Need a Sequel. Now, he wanted me to react to this. Now, I'll put the link to Cody Leach's video, so if you want to follow along. I will not be showing the audio or video on this because I've done that before and I've got in trouble with YouTube. Because YouTube, I guess, doesn't like me and stuff, so I don't trust YouTube. So this is going to be me just, as the title suggests, reacting to his choices. Now, granted, it's his choices. I'm sure they're not going to be my choices. So it is what it is. That's every person. They got their own unique choices. That's how the world works. So let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. Well, not a few sequels. There's a lot of sequels I enjoy and really, really like. Maybe not nowadays, but there's a lot of good sequels out there from back in the day. So, movies that deserve sequels. I mean, I can name a couple. Cobra 2 back in the day would have been nice. Tango and Cash 2. Showdown Little Tokyo 2. Dread 2. He's pretty much doing his introduction, but maybe My Bloody Valentine 2, Baby, back in the day. Let's see. Shoot 'em Up 2. Hardcore Henry 2. So pretty much he got a new computer and he's going to do a shout out. Greg Russo. Happy 4th birthday. Okay, cool. Happy birthday. I like the t-shirt. It's a Child's Play 2 t-shirt. That's a good sequel. That's a fun sequel. Never got the Stream Factory 4K. That was the whole thing where a lot of those 4Ks had like grease on them. Or whatever the film was, whatever you want to call it, grease. Maybe a bunch of KFC buckets were dumped on them, I don't know. Other movies that I think need a sequel. If they did a sequel to 1998 Godzilla, that'd actually be cool. And you can even work it where some type of mutation happens where the Godzilla looks like the regular Godzilla. I think that'd be cool. So number 10 is oh my god. Terminator Dark Fate. Terminator Dark Fate is terrible on every front. No, Terminator Dark Fate's not going to age better, dude. It's terrible. I'm sorry, no, it's not the best Terminator sequel. Like you said, subjective. No, it's not the best sequel since Terminator 2. I mean, Terminator 3 I would even put is better than Dark Fate. Arnold Schwarzenegger being an interior decorator, killing Edward Furlong's character in the first 5 minutes, showing that John Connor was completely pointless because we just got a new savior just like that. Disagree. Now, I agree with number 9, Friday the 13th, 2009. I agree with the sequel to that. I think there should have been a sequel with Derek Mears back as Jason in the snow. I would have been fine with that. I mean, I liked the 2009 Friday the 13th film. I saw it in the theater, enjoyed it. The opening 5 minutes was very awkward, I will give you that. But I thought Derek Mears did a really good job. I like Jared Padalecki, and I didn't watch Supernatural. I first watched him in this movie. Well, actually, there were other films. I think House of Wax remake he was in, which I also enjoy that. But yeah, Derek Mears in a Friday 13th sequel in the snow, amp up the kills, have the ending of the 2009 be a dream. They go out, you can enjoy the new. You can bring in new characters. You don't. Jared Padalecki and the girl could go off and live their life. You bring in new characters. I mean, I would even have. This is goofy, but that Aaron Yu, was it Aaron Yu? Like he has a twin brother, and he looks in. I think like a brother or twin brother looked into what happened to his brother, and play off the type you think the stereotypes are going to die, but they don't die. They actually live. And Derek Mears did a great job playing Jason, and you could tell he really loved the character. Would love to have seen more from him. Nah, I like My Cousin Vinny, but that doesn't need a sequel. Because it'd be another Joe Pesci, what, in another courtroom doing the same thing. That's the thing, though. With this, My Cousin Vinny worked for that one time. If you did a sequel, it'd be the same type of jokes. It'd be the same type of repeated jokes. That's the thing, though. With as a defense lawyer, it'd be the same type of jokes. Because there's only that. There's only a certain amount of jokes you tell around a courtroom, unless you're being bigger like Liar Liar. And that's a film that worked, but it worked one time. So disagree. Did not need a, never needed a sequel. I think that's a strange choice. My Cousin Vinny 2, no. Like I said, I like the first one, but nah. Like I said, it's a good movie, but didn't need a sequel. Number 7, Old School. Disagree. I don't love Old School. I mean, it's not the worst. It's kind of just there for me. Kind of like Road Trip. Like Road Trip, I probably say Old School I like more than Road Trip, but they're two films I'm just very indifferent on, and very. The cast worked fine. Vince Vaughn, Luke Wilson, and let's say it wasn't that bad or awful. Just time waster. But I never. It was a time waster, but I never really cared to own the film or rewatch it. Like I said, it was there. It was a time waster. And like I said, I'd watch it over Road Trip, which I liked a little bit less. But I don't know. But you don't need an old school. I mean, I see The Hangover I liked more, and that didn't need sequels. Number 6, I agree 100%. The Punisher from 2004. That is a good choice. I'll give him that. Punisher 2004, absolutely 100%. Thomas Jane did a fantastic job. I think it was a good introduction to the Punisher. To do a sequel, you amp up the action, you amp up the carnage, you amp up the body count. If you had a good version of Jigsaw, I think that would have worked well. And Thomas Jane just fit that role perfectly. My favorite Punisher is Dolph Lundgren's The Punisher. That's another film I wish had a sequel, Dolph Lundgren's The Punisher. So I put Dolph Lundgren's The Punisher and Thomas Jane's Punisher, I wish got a sequel and a franchise. Would have been great to see. Yeah, Dirty Laundry was a fun, short film. Yeah, I absolutely agree, Punisher 2004. Number 5, Hocus Pocus. Well, you got it. And look what happened. I wonder what that's about. He said he lost his taste for John Carpenter's Halloween for reasons I'm not going to get into. I wonder why. Hocus Pocus is one of those films I thought was, yeah, I liked it for what it was. I didn't rewatch it much. Cody Leach. This must be. I forget how old this video is. Like they did the same thing you were mentioning, and look how that turned out with Hocus Pocus 2. We don't need that nostalgia bucket from Disney. We don't need to. Now I agree. True Lies, a sequel to it would have been really cool. Definitely one of Arnold's best films, one of James Cameron's best films. But they would never do a sequel, even if James Cameron's not doing Avatar, because they outright said terrorism isn't funny. That's why the film never got a Blu-ray for the longest time. Still hasn't. I mean, the film doesn't even have a Blu-ray. Like, they don't care about True Lies. They feel that the film... I mean, look what James Cameron got mad that people have too much testosterone. And I'm going to cut 10 minutes of gun violence out of Avatar 2. There's every reason to doubt James Cameron. James Cameron produced Terminator Dark Fate. He directed Avatar and Titanic. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. The reason it wasn't as successful is because the title didn't really... I think people looked at the title and they went, huh? And also, it's a pretty long running time as well. Now, I saw The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo with Daniel Craig. I didn't mind it. I thought it was a decent film. But I know there's a book series. They did the sequel book, but it didn't have the same actors back. I think one of the weird things is the finale. Like, the movie ends and then there's like 30 minutes left of the movie. So it had a bit of a different structure to it. Alita, Battle Angel, no. I know. I disagree. Don't like Alita Battle Angel. I've seen the film. I don't think it has much of a story. I didn't care for the action scenes. I thought they looked pretty goofy. I think that the plot meandered. At one point, there's like a wannabe rollerball sequence just because the characters were not that strong or likable, or like I said, I really don't get the praise for Alita Battle Angel. I don't. Like I said, I don't think the action scenes were that memorable. Also, like just the way she looks and the way it just so off kilter that just it does not have a great story. That's one of the problems. The story meanders. It wants to have like a 10-minute rollerball scene for some reason. The ending was really lame. Such a lackluster ending to the film. It feels like there's barely a story. And the few bits of story you remember is stuff you've seen done dozens and dozens of times. So I'm sorry, Leader Battle Angel is not a great movie. It deserved a bomb. And it does not deserve a sequel. I'm glad it bombed. I'm glad there's no sequel. It doesn't deserve it. No. I agree with number one. Dread 3D. Absolutely agree. I saw Dread in the theater. I loved the trailer. I saw the film in 3D. Loved the 3D. Loved the movie. I remember I got home, went on YouTube, did a review saying people should go check it out. People should go see it. Didn't matter because the film bombed. A, because I'm a nobody. Number two, didn't matter. Carbon, his best role, exciting, fun, badass. I like the use of the drug that slows down and the way they film that. People talk about how it's ripped off the Raid Redemption, but it was in production when the Raid was being made. It just took longer because they had to deal with the effects and the 3D and all that, so it just took longer for it to get finished. Yeah, I saw it in the theater and had a great time with it. And the 3D looked worked well, and at times, like the widescreen format, the blood would like leave it to come towards you when bullet come out of. But yeah, that's definitely one of my big ones is a Dread sequel. And it's too late. Because Dread was what, 10 years, 11 years ago now? 2012? It's too late. I mean, Carl Urban is in good shape, but it ain't gonna happen. Yeah, there's supposed to be a TV show, and obviously that never happened. But that's the thing is that when these films bomb and people don't go see them, then they look at it and they go, well, there's no money in it. And the people that do, they're not gonna pay for it. Haven't seen The Boys, the TV show The Boys. Well, I mean, real quick, like Terminator Dark Fate, disagree 100%. I think that's the worst Terminator film. Friday the 13th, 2009, absolutely agree with that. My Cousin Vinny, I like the film, but no, it does not deserve a sequel. Old School, like I said, it's an okay time waster, but I don't think it deserves a sequel. Like, I don't need a sequel. Punisher 2004, absolutely agree with that. Hocus Pocus, they did a sequel, it was awful. True Lies, good choice. Girl Giant Tattoo, indifferent. Alita Bell Angel, absolutely not. Dread, yes. So I mean, half, well, actually no. Dread, True Lies, Punisher 2004, and Friday the 13th 2009. So 4 out of 10. Sound like Bret Hart then. 4 out of 10. It's like Dark Fate, no. Old School, no. Hocus Pocus, no. Lisa Battle Angel, no. Yeah. So yeah, Dread, Punisher 2004, Friday the 13th 2009, and True Lies. Those 4 I definitely agree with. Now I know there's another video, another 10 movies that need a sequel. I don't know. That's the next reaction. Like I said, right off the bat to say that sequels like Dread and Punisher 2004, I agree. Dolph Lundgren's The Punisher, Tango and Cash 2, Cobra 2, at least back to the day. It's one of those that to look extensively at films. One, Shoot 'em Up 2, Hardcore Henry 2. So next time I'll do the other reaction, and thanks once again, Walter, and we'll see you guys later.